Evening guys, hope you're well. As promised, here's another tutorial, another chapter in the mixing guide. Okay, so what did I say I was going to talk about? I was going to talk about the different stages involved in doing a transition from one to the other. I'm going to talk pretty fast because these videos should only be 10 minutes long and the mix itself takes ages anyway. Right, so, okay. Come on, talk fast. I've gone blank. Right, four stages, okay. So basically, I think there are 4 stages involved in the transition. Sometimes you miss a stage out, sometimes you repeat them over and over again. But what I think is you got the preparation, where you're actually beat matching your cue track. You choose the right song, you make sure the volumes are the same, and you listen to it and analyze it, make sure you know when the mix is coming. Stage 2 is you release that at the right time, when the live track's being played towards the end. Release it on the first beat of a phrase, first bar of a phrase. Then you correct it. Then introduce the track into the mix. You might want to drop it in, but if you want to introduce it, you introduce it. They're both playing together, and then you cross over and kill this one off. 4 stages. Let's actually go through an example, do that, and while that's happening, you can actually, I'll talk a bit about each stage. So the first one is to find the track to play. Let's just choose one, whatever it might be. That'll do. Okay, that's a 9-minute track, so that gives me enough time to do a bit of talking. I will forward in a bit. Okay, so that's playing. Now, the first stage is find the right track to play. So I'm going to browse around. I want to find a track, that'll do. And it needs to be something that you can play at the same BPM as this one. You know, you don't want to do a really slow song with a really fast song, because when you speed it up, it's not going to sound right. And then there's also, maybe you want to find something that's in a similar sort of key as well. You know, we've mentioned keys before, but that is something we'll talk about in the future. Okay, I think you can see stuff. Okay, so we've got a track here. We want to prepare it. So the first thing is to beat match it. Okay, let's just get it started. Too slow. That sounds alright. Okay, to the beat match, the next thing I want to do is check for volume levels. On my mixer, basically, I've got the VU meters here and here. These don't tell me much, I want to rely on these ones. So the way to do that is if I use split mode, if I use split mode, that can be down. If I use split mode, I think. Cue that one. Okay, cue the track and use split mode. Then I've got the cue track in the left channel, main track in the right channel. So as long as I'm in the main meat of the track in both tracks, it's a good test to work out the volume levels, which are the same. You want to make sure the EQs are on as well. If you're messing around with EQs and turn them off, then that's not a valid test. Yeah, you see it affects the VU meter. Okay, so the volumes are okay as well. While that's playing as well, I want to analyze the track as well, analyze the phrases. So let's do that, because we want to work out where to bring it in at each stage. So let's listen to it. 4, 5. Remember 8 bars in the phrase. 6, 7, 8. One phrase. Okay, the main beat starts in the second phrase. Yeah, man. Okay, another one ending. Hi-hat start on phrase 3. Now the more you do this, the more you're going to get a feel for when to actually perform the mix, counting the phrases and so on. Okay, phrase 4. I'll do all this in my headphones, obviously. Okay, that's a perfect place to do the transition, the actual crossover, after 4 phrases. So what that means is when the live one's playing, I want to start mixing. So that's stage 1 done, the preparation. Stage 2 is the release. I want to release where I can actually have 4 phrases of this one and then cross over. Let's go on the end. You just get a feel for it eventually. I'm going to release this. I'm not using headphones, so you can hear what I'm doing. Full blast. Turn split off. Actually not yet. Let's do another phrase, or 2 phrases. 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's get ready. 7, 8. Okay, so this is stage 2, the release and correction. So I'm ready to introduce this now. So, okay, so it's in my headphones, you can't hear it. What I'll do for this one is I'll lower the bass frequency here. Start introducing this now. Okay, that's introduction. The way I'll introduce this and cross over is I'll turn the main bass frequencies on, which is something which I do a lot, and I'll kill this one off completely. Yeah, and we're in. So a very simple example that in 7 minutes. So a very simple example. Okay. So you get the idea then. That's just to show you the different stages of the mix. So what I want you guys to do as homework is, I'm sure you're practicing mixing anyway, so do that again, practice, but this time see if you can actually break down the stages of the transition, what you're doing, when you're doing it. Maybe you have different number of stages. If so, come in the forums and let me know. If I need to tweak this tutorial, then I'll tweak it. But yeah, practice your mixes and see if you can split what you're doing into the stages: the preparation, the release and correction, introduction, the crossover, and you want to get to the point where you're actually analysing what you're doing. You actually know what you're doing, when you're doing it, and why you're doing it. It makes it a lot easier to suss things out. But yeah, you do get a feel for it, when to actually start mixing, which phrases to work on for each different part of the mix or of the stages and so on. So that'll do for now. Next time I want to concentrate more on stages 3 and 4 over the next month or so. So basically, I gave you a list last time of the things I want to try. They've got to do with the introduction phase and the crossover phase. So the preparation phase is beat matching. You've done all that. There's no point in going back to that. Sorting out volume levels, gain levels, you can do that yourself. And analysing phrases, that's something that you'll see me doing every single time anyway, so you just get the hang of that. And the release and correction phrase stage, you've done that already. So yeah, so we'll go into some ideas of how to do the introduction crossover, and I might start using my headphones, but I want you to hear what I'm doing as well. So let's work on that plan. Alright guys, take care now, and I'll catch you whenever I catch you. Bye.